It's like to have a Lamborghini in the Bronx.
El loco nada más compró un Lamborghini, pero vive.
La pompa, eso es la pompa. Ahora mira para acá. ¿Por qué lo deja ahí?
Un tigre con un Lamborghini. Viviendo en una vaina de una habitación.
Alquilado cuando viene.
Alquilado, seguro, con un Lamborghini.
In the criminal justice system, street racing offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Street Racing Prevention Unit. These are their stories. So I'm refilling the Chevy Colorado here. So as you know, I had to put my Jeep in. There was a couple of things that requiring fixing. My air conditioner needed a new blower, and my camshaft in my engine died. Now this was shortly after I got new spark plugs. So here I've been living with this Chevy Colorado for basically a month, almost a month and a half. So it uses regular unleaded. That's $3.19 right now per gallon. I think that's down from like $3.33. So I have to fill this thing up, and then I have to hand this back to Enterprise. So I couldn't be happier to be getting my Jeep back. It sucks that it took this freaking long, but I'm finally getting my Jeep back. As you know, the UAW strike ended last week, and now that the UAW strike is over, it's like they're trying to get the parts back in for all these people's cars. But for the most part, it's like by doing that strike the way they did it, they shut down like all part suppliers. So that's something that you need to keep in mind when you buy a car, because just something so stupid as a fucking strike can mess everything up to the point where you can't get anything you want. Like, oh, god damn it, 340. All right, I'm just putting in a little bit of extra gas to get it there, because as you know, you have to have the thing full when you rent the car, you know? Yeah, so this thing, I am so ready to get this car back. All right, so let's take this car, let's get this car back. I am so tired of having this car. It hasn't been a bad car though. There's another one. Yep, Chevy Colorados. Yeah, you know, I have to say, it's not a bad car. It's just that there are a couple of things about it, especially in its base version, which could have, been dealt with at design phase. Like, one of the things that made this car a little less comfortable to drive than I would have liked was the fact it doesn't have a dead pedal. And with no dead pedal, basically you can't rest your foot. Like, it's really hard to rest your foot because there's no like regular dead pedal here, or there's no like footrest space. So, I'm a little disappointed about that. And then on top of that, it really would have been nicer if these things had like adaptive cruise control, but you can't ask for all that. I mean, only the newest cars are coming with adaptive cruise control, so I'll leave it at that. But one thing else I realized about the Colorado, they don't come with this GM V6 anymore. Like, you only get a damn Turbo 4. And they're trying to do that with a lot of GM's cars. They're trying to put Turbo 4s in these cars. I'm like, these things, they're heavy, and it takes so long for you to get that turbo boost up until these things have significant turbo lag. Like, I have never met a V6 with turbos I liked. I've never met a V8 with turbos I liked. And now you're going to put this shit on a 4-cylinder? Like, if you have a very light car, like if you have like a Hyundai Sonata or like a Toyota Camry, or you have a Honda Accord, if you have a light car, a 4-cylinder by itself is more than enough to tow it. But when you do forced induction on these things, and now you're adding in the spec of the turbo lag, and some of these cars, they do a better job of turbo lag than others. But the thing about it is, what you need to ultimately have to make your car feel fast is you need an engine that's adequate enough to pull the car's weight by itself, regardless of forced induction. Now, when you actually add forced induction, then that puts more power in the car and it makes it work like a larger size engine. Okay, that's cool. But my thinking is, it's like, I'm a little disappointed that you can't, if you wanted a Chevy Colorado, you can't even get the Chevy Colorado anymore with the V6. So this is the same V6. I think it's the 3.6 liter V6. This is the same V6 that's like in every single GM, big crossover. Like the XT5 has it, the XT6 has it. And what I like about the V6 is that it has regular unleaded. Like this XT6 is a 3.6 liter V6 because that car is so heavy that they wouldn't put a smaller engine in there. So thank God for that. The XT5 is the same thing. But my thinking is, it's like, if you have a car that's more than like 4,000 pounds, that shit shouldn't have no damn 4-cylinder in it. Now, if you're one of these people who specifically wants a slow-ass car, like, okay, yeah, if you really want a 4-cylinder, okay, yeah, I can see you being able to get one. And if you really want a turbo 4-cylinder, yeah, okay, maybe you can get one. But the thing about it is, when you put those little-ass engines in these cars, you make these cars so slow. And the pickup sucks. And that's the thing. This is a 2020 Colorado, and this car,
continue on East Merrick Road for 2 miles.
Yeah, this car is capable of having the V6.
This route avoids a slowdown on Southern State Parkway.
But if you get the newer one,
route,
you don't get the
arrive at
V6.
4:26
No,
p.m.
you ain't coming over here. Stay over there. So, yeah, and as you can see, this car did come with Apple CarPlay, and I have to say, Apple CarPlay really, really helped make this car livable. Other than that, I would have lost my mind because it wouldn't have felt like driving a modern car. Like when even though it's just a screen, having Apple CarPlay really helps the car feel like a modern driving car. Uh-oh, let's get through that yellow. Yeah, so, the Apple CarPlay really helps. Other than that, the ergonomics of this car aren't too bad. The car basically handles exactly like that Cadillac XT5 handles. And, having driven, that, besides the low frequency grinding of this V6 engine, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible place to be. And it's pretty utilitarian, So, I don't have too many negative things to say about it. I just want to get rid of it. I want to give it back to them, and I want to go get my Jeep. So I'm going to get my Jeep right now. And they fixed everything. Like, there was a couple of issues with it, like the baffles in the muffler needed to be tightened. The HVAC system needed a new blower because the blower motor burned out for whatever reason. It was really, really hot in September, and like we had a couple of 100+ degree days, and somehow the motor burned out. And then there's the camshaft for the engine, and the camshaft went out right after the blower motor. So, it's all fixed now, and I'm going to get it. And let me tell you this, if you really, really decide that you plan on getting one of these Mopar products, you goddamn better get that Mopar warranty extension, because let me just tell you, that Mopar warranty extension cost me $3,500, right? Now, that was the extension. That wasn't the original warranty. I think it was $25 or something. The extension cost me $3,500, right? As far as I know, I've blown through the actual cost of the warranty in repairs. I've blown right through it. The first time I had to put the car in, they needed to replace some gaskets. They needed to replace, I think it was what was it? The PCM, the computer module. They had to replace the alternator. Now, had I taken this car and just gone to a regular mechanic, it would have cost me.
Keep left to continue on Merrick Road.
Yeah, it would have cost me almost $1,000 just to repair the alternator alone. But if I had taken it to a regular mechanic, the other stuff wouldn't have been repaired, because the other stuff, they wouldn't, they're not honoring the warranty. You have to take it to the dealer. You have to take it to the dealer to get the warranty honored. So the bottom line is, if you have a Hellcat, if you have a Jeep SRT, if you have a Jeep Grand Cherokee, if you have a Trackhawk, it doesn't matter what you have. You goddamn better have that Mopar warranty, because if you don't have it, you will regret it. I can promise you that. Because here's the thing. I spent like, what, $3,500 for the warranty, but it's cost them like $12,000 worth of fixing the car. So I would say you spend $3,500 and you got $12,000 worth of repairs. I would say that that probably makes it worth it. Not to mention that the money that you may have had to spend for renting a car, you get some of that reimbursed. It's not a lot. It's not enough to really put a smile on my face. This guy's gonna get hit. Yeah, it's not enough to put a smile on his stoop. These Amazon Prime guys, it's like the guy parks on one side of the street, runs across the street, and he's not even looking. But anyway, yeah, it's like if you buy one of these damn cars now, in fact, I'll go so far as to say, whatever you buy, you better have that warranty on the car. If you're leasing it, you don't need the warranty because it's going to go back. But if you're financing one of these cars, you better get that warranty. Now, if you lease a car and you decide you love it, you want to keep it, and you're gonna keep the car, then this is a Urus. Got the Urus right there. Look at that. Got the black. I've been seeing a lot of Uruses, and I think the reason why is because the initial run of Uruses, those cars were leased, and when those cars came back off lease, some people ditched them, and I think a lot of those cars went into a secondhand receivership. Some of them even went into third-hand receivership. And because I had noticed a lot of these things showing up on used car lots. Like you may have noticed in my videos, a lot of these used car lots, like at Porsche and Mercedes-Benz, it's like a lot of them had these turned-in Tesla X's. They had turned-in Uruses. They had turned-in Lucids and everything. So it's like the used car market was crazy last year, but right now there's a lot of repos. And the problem with the banks is they're losing money on these repos, because if you're repoing a car and the person's not paying for it, you're losing money. You're just repoing the car. So a lot of these banks are being forced to, try to resell the stuff. But I've noticed a lot of those cars ended up on the used car market. I've also seen a lot of them on the street. Yep. But here we go on the way to get my Jeep. I miss my Jeep so much. It's like with this car right here. This car goes to 0 to 60 in like 5 seconds or 6 seconds or something. And you get all these fools testing you, right? But when I got that Jeep, and they literally look at the thing and they know that I'm faster than them, they don't even bother trying to test me. And the guys that do try to test me, they get left in the dust. That's what I'm talking about. It's like so many of these dudes were testing me. I got people with these stupid little Ford EcoBoost fucking Fiestas and Focuses trying to race me and shit because they think I'm just a big slow truck, which technically they're right. But if I had that Jeep, oh shit, I'd be kicking rocks up in their face. Yeah, all right, so let's get this done. All right, here we go. Finally, I haven't seen this thing in a month. Here we go. Right next to a Trailhawk. All right. Well, it looks like I gotta wash this thing sooner or later. It's gonna move up. Okay. Gotta wash this thing. Oh man, I missed my car. You just missed that sound. It's like it's a V8 engine. It's like you don't hit a horrible V6. Soon to be accompanied by a Cadillac. All right. Oh man, this car. Oh my god. Oh my god. I haven't been in my car so long. This car's been in there. Oh my god, it's so dirty. I know somebody's gonna probably say, "Yeah, you should have had them wash it." To tell you the truth, right now I just want it. It's like I'll wash this shit myself. It's like I just want it back. Oh man, they must have gone through. They must have gone through some of the stuff in here. Okay, so all right, my charger's at home, and I gotta reset up everything in here. All right, so here we go. So now everything. The thing is averaging 8 miles to a gallon right now. They did say that they put some mileage on it because they had to test it and everything. So that's all good by me. Wow, holy shit, goddamn. I forgot what this damn thing feels like. Oh my God. All right, well, I'm just glad to have it back. Got the blower motor repaired. Everything is A-okay. It just feels so much different to sit in this car than that damn Chevy Colorado. And I mean, the Chevy Colorado, it came through and everything, but you don't hear that V8 engine in no damn Chevy Colorado. You don't hear it. In fact, I really should have just gone down this block. No, you can't be speeding on these streets. You can't do that. You can't be doing that. Oh, thank God I got this fucking car back. Thank God. Oh my God, I feel so much better. Oh my God, I feel so much better. Well, now all I gotta do is wait for Cadillac to give me my damn car. Yeah, see, now we're back to low gas tanks and low gas mileage. Gotta wait for Cadillac to give me my electric Cadillac, my electric Caddy. Oh yeah, now I feel back in charge, man. It's like that small little ass steering wheel in that stupid Chevy Colorado. It's nothing like this big bulky SRT steering wheel. It's nothing like this. It's just nothing like this. Nothing like this. Yeah, and then I gotta plug in my music drive. I haven't been in this car in so long. It's like I feel like I gotta put it back together. That guy over there's got an EQS right there. EQ there. Some people are going electric. The problem is these interest rates are sky high, man. Interest rates are sky high. See, I'm so glad that, this car, like people say, yeah, you might as well keep it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep it because it's paid off. And, if I ever did want to do a road trip, which I don't, I would use this car, Keep my Caddy at home, use this car on a road trip. But I don't like doing road trips. I'd rather just fly. It's like, I don't like doing road trips. This country is way too dangerous. It's like, you go to certain parts of this country, people break into your car. Like, there was a concert just recently. I forget what the rapper's name was, and there was like 272 cars broken into. And here's the thing, even if the cops caught the person breaking into the cars, what are they really going to do to them? It's like we've got this catch and release bullshit policy that's going on right now, where they catch people and they just let them go. And it's like you can't even get them caned like in Singapore for breaking into cars. So first of all, this car right here is a high profile car. It's like people see this car, people know what this car is if they know what cars are. And the thing about it is, they'd love to fucking carjack this shit. They'd either carjack it, break into it, or simply just steal parts off of it if they could. It's like, I wouldn't want to do a road trip. I really wouldn't. And then, you drive in, you're speeding and this, that, and other, because you ain't got no choice but to speed. This car forces you to speed. Cops pull you over, now you got a big-ass ticket. It's like, nah. If I fly somewhere, I can rent a minivan or rent like a Hyundai or something and drive around in that state with their car and this way. And then when I leave, I just leave, It's like, nah. It's like, I don't do road trips. But if I did, I wouldn't do it. I just fly. Yeah. So, it feels good to be back. In fact, it's almost like a dream. Yeah, I had nightmares missing my car, man. I had nightmares missing my car. So basically, the next steps, I have to get my electrician to install that charging box for the Cadillac. And once that's done, they said, because you think about it, Thanksgiving is like, basically 2 weeks away. It's not even 2 weeks. Well, today's Monday, so Thanksgiving Thursday is next week. This guy's got the Grand Wagoneer right here. That thing is a big old truck, man. That's a big, heavy-ass truck. But anyway, I don't know if that car will come in by Thanksgiving. If I'm lucky, it'll be here by Thanksgiving. But we'll see what happens. Right now, I just don't know. I'd like it to come in by Thanksgiving, but right now, I just don't know. So we'll just see what happens. I'm just glad to have my car back. Oh man, I had a lot of work done on this car. Like, they had to replace more gaskets while doing that camshaft. So they did a lot of work on this car. So now I just got to get used to, I got to get used to driving it again, because I haven't driven this car in over a month. It's almost like I went on vacation or something, because usually when I go on vacation, I'm away for like a month, but you gotta get used to the, what is it called? You gotta get used to driving this car. You gotta get used to the reflexes of driving this car, because this car handles so much faster than that Chevy Colorado. This car handles, this truck, whatever you want to call it, this thing handles fast, just like this. It's like in a situation like this where I got a freaking Subaru, it's like I don't let Subarus get in front of me. It's like I don't let that happen. So basically, I just be waiting for them. And then I just engage sport mode down there. Once you go into sport mode, just blow this old lady's doors up. Now, she's creeping up on me like she gonna do something. Lady, you don't understand what an SRT product is. What's this guy? Get out of the way. You don't understand what an SRT product is, lady. You can creep up, but there ain't nothing you can do because you're slow. It's like, what is you doing, lady? You're up there creeping up on me in a damn Subaru. I don't know what you doing. Damn, I missed my car. God damn. Look at this guy. Uh-oh. We got a challenger here. Fucking Infinities. And it's a fart can Infinity. I don't know what this guy's doing. He got that shitty V6 engine. It's like, I don't even know what you're trying to do, boy. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't make me turn on sport mode on your ass. That freaking fart cans. You better back off, boy. I'm gonna turn off disengage sport mode later. Disengage, look at that. So basically, the second somebody gets in your way and you need to race them, you just hit that sport mode. You just blow past them. Tell them back off. Look at this guy. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Hey, yeah, you got the Toyota Tacoma. I hate Japanese trucks. Yeah, they're smiling at me and shit. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, that's what this button down there is for. Sport track mode. Get some old lady in front of you with a damn Subaru. You just hit the. Oh, they're trying to get over. So what do you think? You think I'm a good citizen? I'm just gonna let you come over? Yeah, you could. I guess you could. I don't really have a problem with it. I think I'm a good citizen. You smile at me and I'm supposed to just let you over, right? All right. Yeah, I guess you might as well. Ah, boy. I still think what I'm probably gonna do, I'm gonna wait a little while, maybe till the summer. I'm gonna get one of those Borla exhausts and throw that on here. Probably do that, but I gotta get new wheels and new tires. I'm gonna get the OEM same wheels I got, but I gotta get new wheels, new tires. I can hold off on that because I think I've got some tread life left on these tires for a while. So the next time I do get tires, I'm just gonna get new wheels, new tires at the same time. But yeah, man, it feels good to be back. Yeah, I understand why people want SRT products. I understand it. The only thing about it is right now, especially with interest rates where they are, it's like chances are you can't afford it. Chances are you're probably not getting one either. God damn, look at this traffic. Fuck, I should have taken Sunrise. Jesus Christ. It's like all these damn people. Oh, but guess what I got? I got my adaptive cruise control. Get out of the way. Let's go. What are you doing? You're gonna get us in an accident. What are you doing, stupid? Get out of the way! Oh my God, these people are dumb. What is she doing? Look at this. No turn signal, no nothing. Look at this shit. Look at this. Why are you doing this turn at like 13 miles? What are you doing? Oh my God, these people are so stupid. So anyway, let me hit this adaptive cruise control, get that ready, because it looks like we've got some serious traffic right here. Oh my God, these people, look at this. Look at this, she's driving like she's never driven that car before. For the love of God. Get off the road. Man, these people suck. All right, so anyway, let me get past this old ass. What the oh, so it's an old ass lady. Okay, all right. So I'm not gonna be too upset. I'm not gonna road rage her. It's an old ass lady. Her vision is probably impaired. Her hearing is probably impaired. Let me just hit this adaptive cruise control right there. Hit it, and now I can drive in traffic, and I don't even have to use my feet. And I just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Jeep SLT. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Everything. Oh, man, it feels so fantastic, yes. Now, my Cadillac is going to drive itself. It's going to have Super Cruise because it's fully loaded, not like the cheap ones that you see on the lot. Like, mine has everything, and it's going to drive itself. So I'm going to just be able to sit here and just let it drive itself back and forth to wherever, you know? See, this adaptive cruise control is fantastic because it's got stop and go and, you know, it's radar based and all that. But my Cadillac is going to literally drive itself. I can't wait. I can hardly wait. So this is that guy again with that purple wrap, but this time I got my actual SRT. So it's like now I can actually keep up with him, because before I had that damn Chevy Colorado, you certainly couldn't catch up with this guy. Especially, you know, as soon as traffic opens up just even a little bit, all he got to do is step on it and he's gone. And that Chevy Colorado couldn't keep up with that. But this is the second time I saw him, so he's really easy to notice because he's got all this purple. It's a nice wrap. It's nice and standoutish. Yeah, it's too bad you gotta drive around all these damn potholes and these bumps and stuff. I just drive right through. Oh, look at it. What the fuck are you doing? Okay. Yeah, get this stupid school bus off my back. Yeah, it's like you gotta be careful because New York will crack your rims. I had to, oh shit! Get back! No, don't you blow, back off! Blowing at me. That's got your rabbit mind. Yeah, I just said hi to him. He had like a dash cover and everything. So yeah, it's a 6.4. It looks pretty good. If I was him, I'd mod that hood. Might as well get a red-eye hood because everybody else is getting it, even though they don't have a red-eye engine. It's like even Chrysler's putting those red-eye hoods on non-red eyes. They call it a super scat pack. It's like Dodge Chrysler, they don't lost their damn minds. And that's really interesting. You don't usually see these anymore. The 6.1 Chargers, you really don't see those anymore. And they kind of still stand out. I think the sad thing about it is this market sucks so bad when it comes to car designs. It's like now everything's a freaking crossover. Everything looks alike. And because everything is so similar, it's like people, want to drive stuff that doesn't stand, that doesn't just look like everything else. And that still stands out. It's old as fuck, but it still stands out, And, we have plenty of mods now. Like if you wanted to make your interior better, like you can add Apple CarPlay. In fact, there's a Chinese company that wants me to advertise one of their car infotainment systems. And I was talking to them. They'll probably end up sending me one because the way it works is the Chinese companies will send me the products for free, and I make some videos about them, maybe 1 or 2 videos, and I keep the product. And usually there's nothing I can really do with it beyond, just showing it off. I think they wanted to have a giveaway, so who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing something like that. But I don't know the proper way to have giveaways on YouTube because a lot of giveaways are scams. It's like if I'm giving something away, I want to really give it away, But it's like you can take an old ass Toyota and you can put all types of stuff in it. It's like they even have heated and cooled seat covers now. It's like if you really wanted to, you could modify one of these cars to have heated and cooled seats, or you could just put racing seats or whatever you want. And there's actually companies that make replacement seats where you can have stuff like that. So depending upon how much you want to spend, it's like you can get all types of stuff in a car now. So even one of those old Chargers, it's like there's things that you could do with it, and it's got the 6.1 already. So you can't really get much better engine than that. Like there's people talking online about whether Dodge is going to make another V8. I really don't think they are. That Hurricane engine, you can buy that for $28,000. The engine that's in the Demon 170. But most people don't want to have to put together a car like that because it's a lot of work. Like, very few people I've seen do stuff like that. I've never actually seen them be able to actually race those cars, typically because they tear the car apart. The transmission can't handle it. The rest of the powertrain can't handle it. So you could put a big, powerful engine in a car, but chances are you may not be able to drive that car regularly. It's not balanced. It's not a product. It's just some shit that you slap together. That's why I never believe in that built not bought bullshit. I prefer to buy. The only people who believe in built not bought are broke. It's like they have to, every little paycheck they have to put a little bit more money in. They have to wait. It's like, nah, fuck that. I just go to the dealer and just buy the whole damn thing. It's like I ain't trying to put this unreliable, untested shit in the car. It's like I ain't trying to do that. Toyota's supposed to have a new Camry coming. I've been seeing a lot of these new Honda Accords, but they're like so boring. Everything's so boring. It's like that's why I'm ready to go electric. Everything else is so boring. Yeah, so yeah, but these goddamn speeding cameras. Got a lot of them up there. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the Dodge Charger Daytona King Hellcat. Now, what I've noticed is when I take video of this car, it makes this car look really, really red. What's odd is that in person, this car, to the visual quality of the eye, this car actually looks orange. But even in 4K video, strangely enough, this car looks red, which is really weird. I don't know if it's color correction on these monitors or whatever it is, but this car is not red. You can see the car behind it's actually red, and you can easily see the contrasting color. But this is a very, very red-orange. So the Daytona King is pretty much the last Charger that's going to be built. As you can see, it comes with hood pins. It comes with the wires for the hood pins. Red Eye Hellcat hood. It comes with Red Eye Hellcat badges. It comes with the Daytona, the chromed wheels instead of another color. And these are some very, very big wheels. They're really nice wheels. And as you can see, it has a Daytona inside, and it's written on the seats and whatnot. This car has over 800 horsepower. It's like, I believe it's 840. It's basically a Red Eye engine that's tuned up for the last call of the Chargers, basically. And they want $177,000 for it. Now, some people said, oh, I'd never pay that much for a car. But in the last video, I showed you the Dodge Demon 170, and they wanted $250,000 for it. And it sold. So this car is now replacing it. This car is in its place right now. So that's the Charger King Daytona. Okay, so here we are at Security Dodge. So I'm leaving there in a Jeep Compass. Now, as you can see, this is the Jeep Compass. This is the outgoing model. The new models you can recognize right away because instead of having the inset radio head unit, the head unit is like slightly higher to make it, I guess, put your eyesight more in line with the road. But for the most part, just like the Chrysler 200 and just like the Dodge Dart before it, this Compass pretty much comes with the same or similar equipment to the Jeep Grand Cherokee, because it makes more sense, and that's something I think that maybe we could say Hyundai could be credited with doing. What Hyundai started doing was, instead of making cheaper parts for the smaller cars, what they did was they tried to make as many of the main features the same from large car to small car. So basically, if you had, say, like a Hyundai Genesis, a lot of the parts were very similar to, say, a Hyundai Elantra. Or if you had an Equus, a lot of the parts were similar to, say, the Genesis, the G80, and the G90 and whatnot. But for the most part, it's comfortable. It's not, this is not a V6 model. This is obviously a 4-cylinder. It's probably the Multi-Air 2.0, but I'll look at it later just to verify that. It's not a very heavy car, so it has pretty decent pickup. Look at the wheels on that Durango. This guy's got some nice wheels. Yeah, I'll let you go. Look at this guy's wheels. Yeah, those are nice. I don't think those are definitely not stock. He put those on there. So, yes, so what kind of features we got here? So as you can see, everything's pretty much out there in the open. So this phone charger is mine, and it has USB-C and it has USB 3.0. But as you can see there, if I plug my phone into the aux port, I'll have access to, what is it called? Apple CarPlay through the nav radio, which I'll definitely do later. I'm probably not going to be in this car very long. What happened was my Jeep, everything was going fine, and then all of a sudden the check engine light came back on. It said that there was a cylinder 5 misfire, right? So you have to imagine that, yeah, when you do extensive work to an engine, like you replace the camshaft, you replace the spark plugs, and you do replacement of gaskets, you have to imagine that, you know, you may have an issue with a thing, you know, may have a problem that has to be re-looked at, you know. So basically, I should probably only have this maybe 1 or 2 days, probably 1 day. For all I know, they'll probably fix the Jeep and they'll probably have it back to me tomorrow. But you know, it's funny when you really think about it. With all this technology that we've got now, it's like everybody's making the movement, in many cases, to electric vehicles. It's interesting to think that, you know, there's so many parts in these cars that there's so much that can go wrong. When you start thinking about an engine and a transmission, just an engine and a transmission have more parts than the entire powertrain, the entire system of an electric car. So when you get an electric car, it's like there's so many fewer parts. You don't have to worry about, you know, your transmission going. You don't have to worry about your engine going for whatever reason. You don't have to worry about your engine having these types of problems, like a camshaft. And you know, it's funny, my camshaft isn't the only one that went. My mom's camshaft, she has that Cadillac XT5. Her camshaft decided to go. Now, she didn't even have 40,000 miles on that car. Now, she didn't drive it a whole lot. That's, you know, she had the car since 2019. She didn't have a lot of miles on it. And her camshaft went. So when you think about stuff like that, or you think about these head gaskets, and you think about these parts and everything, all of these obscure parts that are inside these cars, it's like there's a lot that could go wrong. But a lot that can go wrong, and, you know, you just have to deal with it. So they hooked me up right here. So as you can see from the video, the Dodge Demon 170 that they had, that's sold. And now they have the King Daytona sitting there. And they also had that, I think I'll put pictures where you can see it, but they have a blue Dodge Daytona Hellcat Charger. And if you go to Jonathan and you tell him I sent you, because if you're interested in getting a Charger Hellcat, which, you know, right now a lot of people aren't because of the market, they can't afford it. But if you are interested, all you got to do is tell him I sent you, and you might be able to negotiate a little on the price, because I'm pretty sure he wants to move it. It's been sitting there for a little while. So it only has like 9,000 miles. It has less than 10,000 miles on it. So, you know, it's damn near new. So just, you know, call the store. It's on their website, but make sure you tell them I sent you, you know, because you're looking for that. If you're looking for that, that little discount, you know, you make sure you tell them I sent you. So, here we are, you know, and this is another rental car rant. Well, technically I didn't rent it, but it's still a rental car rant. Just gonna put, so this car has a whole lot to, you know, it's funny, I see a lot of young girls on the road with these cars, And this car has a lot to enjoy, you know. This is a lot. I mean, if you can't afford a Jeep Grand Cherokee because that $50,000 is too much, or 60 or 70 or whatever it is, the Compass is actually a decent placeholder. And then they also have the Cherokee in between the Compass and the Jeep Grand Cherokee. But if you can't afford that much car, this Compass is a nice one. It's like, this is the kind of car that you get like your teen daughter or your teen son or something when they go away to college, and they just need a car. Like, these things used to be a little bit cheaper, and they used to be a lot easier to lease. Like, you're talking about like starting around like $25,000 and going up to, like, if you fully load them out, they're like closer to 40. And but that's with extensive loadout. Like, that's with like absolutely everything. Most people don't get absolutely everything, but it's not bad. It's got the start-stop technology, as you can see. Now, it's funny, my uncle had called me from Las Vegas when he had a Durango, and he didn't understand the start-stop technology. He wanted to turn it off, right? So inside this menu, there's most likely a way to turn off the start-stop technology. I think it's, okay, with fuel economy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reset it because I want to see how much fuel economy I get. And after the fuel economy, you have trip info. Oh, in fact, I want to know how many miles I drive. So I'll do that for the trip. Stop start. So right now the stop start's active. If I hit this button, I can probably deactivate. Well, it's active right now, but I believe this is where you can actually turn it off, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't know exactly how. And maybe I'm pretty sure you probably can turn it on and off. And then you can have access to the radio, and then messages. It says no stored messages. That's where if you have a bad code pop up, it pops up, right? So other than that, I mean, it's not bad. It's like, you know, I've reevaluated how I feel about speeding and whatnot. Because the reality is, it's like I'm sitting in traffic for so long that I've absolutely reevaluated speeding. Which brings me to another feature this car has. This car has adaptive cruise control, so you can see it right there. It doesn't have as large and beefy a steering wheel as the Jeep Grand Cherokee that I drive, but it does have this adaptive cruise control. So chances are it works the exact same way. So you hit this one button right here, and then you just hit set, and then I take my foot off, and look at that. It says it's set to 34 miles per hour, and it slows to a stop, and it starts back up. But here's the problem. Sometimes the radar doesn't, if something's in front of you and it gets out of the way, sometimes the radar doesn't pick right back up. So if I push resume, it will slow right now. Like you see, I'm not using my feet. So I slow to a stop, and the start-stop turned on, and now it started back up, and now it is going to, let's see, I have to put my foot on it to make it start back up. So it has automatic stop, but it doesn't start itself right back up. It has like an auto hold. So that's actually interesting. But I like the fact that Chrysler made the operation of this basically two buttons. All you do is you hit here, and then you hit set, and that's it, and it's ready to go. But when it stops, now I have to use my foot, and I have to start it back up. Now, I'm not sure if that's a feature of the start-stop technology or if that's a feature of the actual adaptive cruise control on this car. But is it going to go? No, it's not. So I have to get it started. Once I get it started, it'll coast itself. All right, so yeah, that's not bad. And the newer ones, for the most part, I think a lot of the newer cars come with that in like the trim levels that they offer. I think most of the newer cars are coming with this feature. I think it's a great feature because I tell you, it really saves you a lot of fatigue when you're in traffic. It absolutely does. Now, there's a lot of buttons that look like they're missing here. I'm not sure what's missing because I see hazard and I see lane departure, so I'm not exactly sure what's missing. As far as does this car have cooled and heated seats, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have cooled, but it probably does have heated. Most of these cars do have heated. In fact, in the back, Okay, I have to look at it later. I don't know if it has the heated seats back there. But as far as the controls you can see, I usually keep my controls set to defrost and feet. So this way it's warms your feet, because it's been cold around here lately. It's been like 40, 30 degrees. It's been lower than 40 degrees. And then they say controls right there. So yes. Oh, Zap, look at that. Look at that. So I got heated and ventilated seats in this car. I didn't expect that. I am pleasantly surprised. So this car has heated and ventilated seats, and it has a heated steering wheel. So this car right here, with the exception of the Hemi 6.2 or 6.4 motor, this car has pretty much everything my Jeep Grand Cherokee has, for the most part, for the driver. Pretty much. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I never expected to see ventilated seats in this thing. I never expected to see that. I am very amazed. So, and you know, my thing is, like, when you're paying over $40,000 for a car, or if you're paying anything close to that, you should have heated and ventilated seats, you know? But, yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised to see that. So as far as apps go, you know, the apps are there. So you have projection. Nobody uses that. You have Sirius traveling. I'm pretty sure most people don't use that. It's really faster to just do most of the stuff on your phone. And then you have the nav system right there. So this was the newer nav system that they had set up, even though it's still old, because this is a 2020 right here. So you can view the map. Now the map graphics are updated from what they are on my truck. But this is actually not bad. This is actually a very, very, this is a decent car to rent, or a decent car to even buy. Like if you need a car and you don't want to spend too much money, you know? And the seats are nice. You gotta love the fact that it's got the heated and cooling. The seats are really nice, right? Yeah, this is pretty damn awesome, man. So that start-stop technology came back on. So now I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna cancel it for now, and I'll start driving. So I'll start driving myself. Cause that's, man, let me tell you, that start-stop, if you trust it and you monitor it, even a little bit of monitoring, it feels so good to have that in traffic, to not have to absolutely drive, you know, to have the ability to let the car just, you know, go on its own. In fact, let me hit that. Let me hit that rip. Now, this car has lane assist, so I don't know if it will keep itself. I'm going to keep my hand on it. Now, I don't know if it will keep itself from going over lanes, because see, when you have those two features, that's what Hyundai had in that Sonata that I rented a long time ago. When you have lane keeping assist and you have adaptive cruise control, as long as you're like on a straight highway, the car can basically drive itself. Now it's a dumb system. It's not a very smart system, because the only thing it can do is speed up and slow down. But yeah, from what I can tell, the car's not turning itself. From what I can tell, it'll go right over the lane and it won't do anything. It'll go right over the lane. So it's a bit of a dumb system, but, and when I say dumb, I mean it's not a smart system. It's not artificially intelligent guided. It's not able to really correct itself. So that's not actually a bad thing. That's actually pretty cool. So right here, it looks like it's about to start slowing itself down for this transit van. I'm going to get in the middle. But see, these newer cars are making it so that when you have adaptive cruise control, that all you got to do is hit the turn signal left or right, and then the car knows that it wants to make a turn, and the car will make its turn by itself. You know, the Teslas are good for that. That's why Tesla's making an absolute killing with Model 3s and Model Ys. You know, I'm not a fan so much of the current Model 3. The new Model 3 Highlander I like. I like the Model Y, but it's too small for my needs. But for the most part, it's like everybody's putting these, advanced systems in these cars, and they're actually selling you a whole lot. Like, some people complain about the price of these new cars. My thinking is, it's like you're getting way more out of a car than you've ever gotten before. Like, I remember, when we had bought a Ford Expedition, a 2002 Ford Expedition. That thing, it came with running boards that were metal. and it came with a sunroof. It wasn't even a panoramic sunroof. And those were like the only two real options. The only other thing I think you could choose was like bigger wheels or smaller wheels for the most part. Like it was like 18 or 20 or something. But now when you get a Ford Expedition, I mean, you got televisions, you got Blue Cruise, adaptive cruise control, automatic driving. It's like you have so many new features. It's hard to look at the car and say, oh yeah, well, that car doesn't have much in it or whatever. No, these cars are fully loaded. They got like everything in them. So yeah, this is pretty much, I think this is like the first time I actually really drove a Compass, if I'm not mistaken. Because the last time that I had to rent, this was a while back, this was like 2019. The last time I had a Cherokee. And the Cherokee I actually really liked. It was nice. You know, but it definitely wasn't as spacious as that Chevy Colorado was, but, you know, I'm not going to complain because I didn't really have to pay for it. You know, it's like free is nice. This is not so bad. This is not so bad. It's not bad at all. I'm amazed by the features. Absolutely amazed by the features. So yeah, I mean, I'm 6'6", so obviously, you know, it's a little cramped for me, but you know, it's not impossible to deal with, and so much of this thing feels familiar to what I drive on the regular. It's not impossible, but I'm actually very pleasantly surprised. I didn't know you could get this much equipment in these things. I wish all of them were fully loaded. I don't know what that would make the price, but there's that Grand Wagoneer. So if you didn't see my video, I did a test drive of the Grand Wagoneer with the twin turbo Hurricane engine. My only gripe was the fact that all of these twin turbo engines, they have turbo lag. It's like no matter what you get, it's going to have turbo lag, and you're going to feel it too. You know, but turbo lag is not a big deal. The other thing is you're not really saving much when it comes to fuel using the twin turbo as you are with the regular V8, because as far as I saw, the twin turbo gives you like at most like 15 miles per gallon mixed driving. So you're not really saving much because you still have to use super premium unleaded. You got to use 91 or 93. So you know what I like about these little cars like this is that you can just use regular unleaded. It's like if you have like a wife or if you've got like a family or something, it's always a good thing to have regular unleaded cars around, because with gas prices where they are now, you just don't know what you're in for. Okay, so it says adaptive cruise control canceled. I think it says electronic stability control active, ESC. They have a 300 over there. Look at that. They got a white 300 at that dealership right there. This is Wantagh. They got a white 300. I think that might be that last... No, that's not the last version of the 300. But that's... it's close. It's like it's probably like one of the newer models, or I should say a recent year. And this is one of those Honda Accords. Look at this lady. This lady driving around her Honda Accord. Yeah. I've been seeing these a lot. These Honda Accords. These Honda Accords are, you know, they make them, you know, they've made it actually look pretty, you know, to me, the new Honda Accord looks like it looks like a Volkswagen Jetta, in my opinion. You know, but I'm not in that market. I'll never be in the Honda market. It's like I can do anybody else. I can't do Honda, and I can't, like, I could do Hyundai. I like Hyundai, but I can't do Honda. No Hondas, no Toyotas. Can't do it. And it's funny because, you know, I've been hearing people talking about how their transmissions died in their Hondas. I've been hearing people talk about their engines going in these Hondas and even these Toyotas, especially with these CVTs. So that tells me that whatever you thought about reliability, those days are changing. It's like these cars are no longer, you know, traditionally reliable anymore. It's like some of these cars made by some of these makers, it's like you can't just take for granted that these things are going to be reliable. You just can't take it for granted anymore. So, yeah, I just found it so interesting that the number of this car is 304. If you're a member of the Manosphere or you pay attention to online memes, you know what that number 304 means, right? So of all the cars I could get, it had the number 304 on it. That's amazing. It's a 30. This car is a 304. You know what that means. Yeah. This guy's Honda Civic. This guy's license plate is so screwed up. I'm amazed that the cops don't pull him over and say, "No, you got to clean that up." Because with a license plate that looks like that, you can't really tell. You can't really tell what the number of that plate is. And they will give you tickets for damaging a license plate. So I'm trying to understand, how did his license plate get like that? This is where they have Belmore Nights. So this is what it looks like during the day. On Fridays, they usually come out here and they do car shows. But on a regular day, this is what it looks like. It's just park and drive. So basically, what it is, just in case you don't live in New York and you don't understand, people park their cars right here. They get on the Long Island Railroad up there, and they drive that into the city. And I will say this, the Long Island Railroad is far, far, far better than driving into the city. The city, you've got to deal with like insane amounts of traffic. You've got to deal with like crazy amounts of wait time to get in and out of the city. Like you're talking about like maybe you could be in traffic for an hour and a half a day, like going and coming. So if you live over here, all you do is you drive your car right here, get off, go up there to the train, and for the most part, take the train right into the city. Takes you about 30 minutes, maybe, and no problem. And this guy's a cop right here. You know, and that makes everything go so much smoother. You know, save yourself from... Now, and I'm not saying the Long Island Railroad's not expensive. The Long Island Railroad's expensive. It's like if you have like a little 4-cylinder car, you might as well just brave traffic and drive in and out of the city. The Long Island Railroad's not cheap. But if you are a tourist or if you are living out here and you need to get back and forth into the city, the LIR is pretty much the fastest thing you can use, because it gets right into the city and it gets right out. Yeah. It's like I'm giving you a tour. This is the Harley Davidson dealership. It's like I'm giving you a New York tour. Yeah, Harley Davidsons. Yeah, I ain't messing with no motorcycle. I know a dude who just got into a car accident. He was on a motorcycle, car hit him, and it broke his tibia and his fibia, and he was like he couldn't walk for like months. And yeah, I call motorcycles, I call them donor cycles. It's like you think everything's going great, but sooner or later the odds just are against you, and it's like you're just done, and then you become an organ donor. It's just like I have an uncle who just got himself a kidney implant, and that was donated to him. Now, he has no idea who it came from, but I'm pretty sure it was probably a motorcycle rider. A motorcycle rider with the same blood type. You don't have to ever worry about me ever using no damn motorcycle, because if there's one thing there's few things in this world that will absolutely kill you, but motorcycles are one of them. So it's like, nah, I don't mess with that stuff. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's a nice day. It's a really nice day. So this is another rental car rant. And this is a Jeep Cherokee. Oh shit, this is a Jeep Cherokee. I thought this was a Compass, my bad. So this is a Jeep Cherokee. As you can see, it's obviously smaller than the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And as you can see, it's number 304. Anybody who pays attention to internet memes or is on the Manosphere, you know what a 304 is. It's a nice car. Nice color. So this is like your typical soccer mom car, you know. It's not bad. It's definitely well equipped. A little bit bigger than the Compass. It's a 2020, I think. I think it's 2020. If you can get one, you know, you can pretty much get them for decent prices. They're not too bad. So, show you how it drives. All right, so how about this? I realized that this switch right here, when this switch is on is not the default position. The default position of this switch is to actually have the light off. And when you use adaptive cruise control, as you can see, the car blew right past the line there. But what I noticed was when it's edging towards the line, the computer will try to force it back into position. It's not perfect. It's only a small amount of steering assist that you get. But when you approach the line, it does turn you in the opposite direction, right? So as long as you're on a really, really straight highway, this car can somewhat steer itself. But it's not perfect. Like, it won't take these turns. And it's kind of like the Hyundai Sonata that I had rented. It will not take these turns. It requires a lot more steering force in order to take these turns. But when that light is green, it's okay. So basically, even right now, watch this. I'm just going to hit resume. So we're at 69 and everything looks like it's good. And I'm not going to touch the wheel. Oh shit. Nope. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's really there so you don't doze off. Not only that, these lines are dotted. These aren't like regular full lines. Like when it has the full line, it seems to react faster. So, okay, it's on slow right now. Watch, it's getting close to the line. Watch what's it gonna do. Oh shit, nope, it's going right on to the freaking, nope, it's not doing it. See, my Cadillac, my electric Cadillac is gonna have Super Cruise and it's gonna fully be able to steer itself. Now, if you have never had a car that could drive itself or could steer itself or could control itself in traffic, you should try the Tesla Model 3 because that's a really nice introduction into, artificial intelligence steering cars. So what's it going to do? What's it going to do? What's it going to do? Oh, no. It's going to drift. I think what it is that, what is it called? The lane keeping assist light, I think it has to be green. And I think when it's green, I think it'll do the lane keeping assist no problem. Yeah, like you see how it's green now? When it's green, now it's yellow. You see that? And now it's green again. When it's green, I think it doesn't have any problem. But when it's yellow or white, I think it's off. So this is what it looks like when it's dark in the Jeep Cherokee. Now, unlike that Chevy Colorado, which, obviously it was a base version of the Chevy Colorado. You see, this Cherokee is like loaded enough where this can make a perfect rental car. So as you can see, you've got the mirror defrosters, which means that, you don't have to worry about the windows fogging up and the mirrors fogging up. So the fog comes off the windows thanks to these air blowers right here. But in that Cherokee, the problem, and there's another one, there's a white Cherokee right there. But yeah, in that Cherokee, or I should say this Cherokee, you don't have to worry about a lot of things. Like, for example, right now I have the adaptive cruise control on, and as you can see, the adaptive cruise control is set to 31 miles per hour, and it's keeping its distance with this next car. So I don't really have to use my feet right now. Like, I can relax a little. But as you can also see, the lane keeping assist is not in the green right now, so that means that for the most part, it's basically passive at this point. So one thing I really did like in the Hyundai Sonata that I had made a review on, again, was the fact that it was able to turn the wheel enough under its own power where it literally could keep you within the lane and it could drive about maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour. Anything higher than that, and it had trouble making the turns. Like, as long as you were going straight, it didn't have a problem slowing down. And it also had automatic resume, which this car doesn't seem to have. You have to put your foot on the pedal in order to make it resume if it does come to a stop. But other than that, I mean, this thing is, this is a pretty decent daily commuter. I mean, like, there are a lot of people, like, as you can see, you know, we sit in traffic basically all the time. So you could have as fast a car you want. It really doesn't matter. And you're going to be sitting in traffic. And that's not really too much fun. But it's got everything it needs to have. I mean, you got the dual zone climate, just like my Jeep does. Everything's pretty much ripped right out of my Jeep. I also noticed that the auto start and stop button for the engine is right there, next to the StabiliTrak button. Sometimes, like, when I get into a car, I don't see that button right away. So you don't have to do it through the actual screen. You could do it just by hitting that button if you want to turn the auto stop and start off. If you have a Durango, the Durango, I don't know if they have the auto stop button, but you could definitely turn it on and off through the screen. The Jeep is probably the same way, but I would assume that they also have the backup button. Some of the cars, like the older cars, like the GM cars, didn't have the backup button because they acted like they didn't want you to turn that shit off. And a lot of people didn't like the idea of the engine turning off and then having to restart because it made them think there was something wrong with the car. But it's like, it's something that just takes getting used to. Now, with electric vehicles, you don't have to worry about that at all because an electric vehicle, for the most part, is always on. You know? So, the future is going to be mostly electric vehicles. I think, and this one thing, I think people make the mistake of believing that it's the government forcing us into electric vehicles. The reality is, it's the automotive industry forcing us towards electric vehicles. They realize that they can make a lot more profit off of electric vehicles. The government's problem is the global political situation. Like, if you're going to declare economic trade wars against Russia and China, then you're going to have problems, you know, getting the parts and the supply that you need in order to make sure that you can actually, you know, be able to produce these vehicles that you want to produce. But the reality is, these automotive industries, they know that if they go into electric vehicles, it's fewer parts, they'll need fewer workers, which means that they'll be able to make more profit, and they'll also be able to keep more of that profit. Because one thing's for certain, if they cut down the number of workers they got, they ain't going to have to worry about too many more of these strikes. Because to tell you the truth, this UAW strike, for me, it couldn't have come at a worse time. You know, here I was waiting for parts for my Jeep and waiting for my new car, my new Cadillac electric car to come. And they did this at the absolute worst possible time. And there's a reason why they did it. Because I think they see the writing on the wall. I think they know Biden's only in there for one term. And I also think they realize that the Democrats have done such a shit job with the economy that they think that a Republican's going to be in there next year. Now, chances are they're probably believing that Donald Trump's going to be that person. And they know they are not being able to negotiate with him. He'll have you fire. He's another Ronald Reagan. He'll fire everybody. He doesn't care. And the automotive industry, for the most part, wants that to happen because they want to cut off the dead weight. So these people are fooling themselves into thinking that all of these demands that they may get settled now, they're fooling themselves into thinking that that this is going to be a forever thing. Something tells me it's not. So here you can see, this is, get behind this guy right here. This guy is, he's leaving. So he's getting off. But you can pretty much see, it's like the majority, oh, that's a Compass. You know, see, they made these things look so closely alike. The only way to tell them apart is by the size. That was not a Cherokee, that was a Compass. I get these things confused all the time because of the styling. It's like, it used to be easy to recognize them right away, but now it's a little bit more difficult to recognize them. I should be embarrassed about that, but I'm not. It's like, whatever. If it's not a Jeep Grand Cherokee, I honestly don't care. So, you know. And it's funny because they have sold so many Jeep Grand Cherokees. They're selling 300,000 of those things a year. New is like 250,000. Used is like 50,000 at least. You know, they're selling, they're everywhere. Jeep Grand Cherokees are everywhere. it's unfortunate that you can't get that as a loaner car most of the time. You know, most dealers don't have them to loan. So they use the Cherokee and they use the Compass as loaners, or they use the Pacifica minivan if they really need to. But the Jeep Grand Cherokee, those cars here are ubiquitous. And what's funny is we're getting milder winters now. Like, I don't know what winter's going to look like this year, but we've been getting milder winters. So it makes you wonder, do you still need the all-wheel drive system? Now, most people want all-wheel drive because they see it as being a higher trim level, or they see it as being a top trim level of most of these vehicles. It's kind of like the V8 used to be. Like, most people would not even think about it. They would just get the V8 because, for one thing, gas prices weren't that high back then. And then on top of that, a V8 usually came fully loaded, and it also came with equipment that was expected to be in a car that required more energy produced in order to run all the accessories. So rather than get the lower end car, they would get the highest end car they could possibly get, and they expected that they were going to live in that car, like they were going to keep that car indefinitely. This is a Chevy Colorado right there. So now, yeah, it's like all-wheel drive. You know, some people like having a moonroof, some people don't. But all-wheel drive is something that a lot of people absolutely want to have because they don't want to have to dig out their car. They want to be able to just drive their car through the snow and ice. So, you know, they're not interested in rocking back and forth. They're not interested in that. And this is another big seller. This is that Hyundai Tucson. So they got the Santa Fe, they got the Tucson. Just like the video I made of going to buy a Tucson. Yeah, that's basically, Hyundai basically made that car the equivalent to this right here. See, I gotta say, Hyundai's really been on the ball. They understand that the average American is gigantic and obese and has, like, you know, kids and everything, and they need to take care of, you know, certain needs, you know, and they did a good job, I'll say. They did a pretty good job of making sure that they meet those needs. I like Hyundai way more than Honda, even though I've noticed Honda's cars have been growing. Like, that new Honda Pilot's pretty big. The new Honda Accord's actually pretty big. I haven't actually been in it or driven it, but I've seen them. They're pretty large. They look like Volkswagen Phaetons to me. Yeah, so yeah, it is what it is. So, you know, as you can see, traffic started. There's no accident. There's no cops. Traffic is just going slow, and then all of a sudden it starts speeding up. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, why are y'all driving so slow around these goddamn curves? These cars have suspensions where they can literally take these curves at like 70 miles an hour. Why are y'all driving so slow? And I'm only doing 50 right now, as you can see. You know, even these trucks are speeding. Those trucks right there are speeding. Yeah, so, yeah, it's like whatever. The commute, the New York commute. The New York commute it's a bitch. It's like, I think it's funny, like when I make these videos, some people always comment on our traffic here. Yeah, believe me, it's not something you want to be in. Down here, you see that there's a terrain select switch, and select terrain gives you a choice between sand, mud, auto, and snow. Now, I have it set right now for sport, and when you turn on sport, it deactivates the stability control for some reason. So once you turn it into sport, you got to come back here and you got to hit the stability control button. But once you have done that, you know, it allows you to get a little bit better throttle response. But one thing I have noticed about this car is that it's not very fuel efficient. And when I say not very fuel efficient, like, you can literally watch yourself drinking gas, which is weird because you'd think that a car this small with like a 4-cylinder, you think that this thing would be good on gas. But see, what a lot of people don't seem to understand about turbochargers, first of all, in order to make peak power, you have to have premium fuel. That's because the turbos demand premium fuel in order to deflagrate, that's the proper term, to deflagrate the fuel properly, it's mixing it with air. And the issue is, the more power you demand, the more air the engine is going to demand, which means that the turbos spool up harder, they push more air into the engine. But see, guess what? If you got all that air in the engine, you need more fuel. So basically, more demand for power demands more air, demands more fuel, demands more, you get the picture. It's like a vicious cycle. And that, in turn, means that you're going to get lower miles per gallon. Now, this car is relatively light because this is a turbo 4-cylinder. But they had 2 turbo 4-cylinder options. They had a 180 horsepower, and then they had like a 270. I don't understand why didn't they just take the Pentastar V6, because the Pentastar V6 makes about close to 300 horsepower. I would have just taken the Pentastar V6 and dropped it in here, because you could have used regular unleaded, and for the most part, it would have plenty of towing power. Now, they used to have a trim, the Trailhawk trim. They used to put the V6 Pentastar in here. But what they seem to have stopped doing is stop putting that engine in here. And then they just said, yeah, we'll just give you the twin turbo 6. I'm going to activate cruise control right now. So the adaptive cruise control is on so I can rest my feet. But, so they, and that's the sad thing about it. All of these car makers, like even with Mercedes, I'm not happy with them. What they did was they started putting these twin turbo V8s into everything. Yeah, a twin turbo V8 is more sophisticated than a regular V8. So that means that when something breaks, now it's even a bigger issue. Now you got to wait for parts and stuff. And it's harder to get the parts too. It's more sophisticated. But these women buy them, as you can see. Like when I was talking about in my other video, I was talking about how them repo men are going right now. Yeah, the boss babes buy stuff like that. They're not thinking about cost of repair up until it bites them in the ass. And then that right there, these costs of repair are high, But bottom line is, all I'm asking is that they put a logical engine to do the job that needs to be done. Like, I'm not saying you don't want to have twin turbos at all. I'm just saying that, maybe you should have kept the V6 around for people who maybe wanted one of these Cherokees, but they know that they're going to tow stuff, and they might have been able to tow 7,000 or 8,000 pounds rather than just be limited to 4,000 pounds. Now, it's obvious that if towing is what you want to do, that what you're going to want instead is one of these Jeep Grand Cherokees, because a Jeep Grand Cherokee can tow more, and these are coming with no less than a V6 in them. But that's just not, that's just not how they put them together. So that's my only argument. I would have done that. I would have done that instead. But see, they're trying to chase these mandates and these emission mandates and whatnot. And everybody's going to suffer because of these emission mandates, because the emission mandates are basically saying, oh, yeah, well, you've got to make your entire portfolio of vehicles able to achieve a certain miles per gallon. So what they do is they neuter all of the, the popular models, and then they are able to just keep a handful of high-performance models, and now they're getting rid of those too. So, going hybrid, going electrified, that's like inevitable. And some people say, hybridization, they would be interested in more so than electrification. That tells you right there, those are the people who don't have a place to charge these cars. And, there's nobody's saying that that's a bad thing, but, if you don't have a house, then why the fuck are you buying a car like this in the first place? You living in the projects, living in your mama's basement, maybe you should be saving that money and buying a house. But, it is what it is. So, like these hybrids right here, like this Prius, that thing is horribly ugly. I would never want to buy one of those for myself. The new one is actually kind of nice, but I still wouldn't want one. I'd rather just have an electric vehicle. Oh, but you can't road trip it. It's like, yeah, I'll rent a minivan. It's like, I don't want to road trip that thing anyway. It's a Jaguar F-Pace. It's a nice. That car is pretty fast. It's got like a 300 horsepower, and it's a pretty quick car for its size. Oh, I got one of these old ass ladies next to me on one of these goddamn Crown Victorias. You see these old Crown Victorias, it means one of two things. It's either some old person or it's a cop. have to head to Security Dodge because apparently somebody forgot their Easy Pass tag. So I got to drop that off. This is, the loaner and everything. I got to drop that Easy Pass tag off and give that back to whoever it is. They can give it back to whoever it is. So I got to run out to Security Dodge, give them that tag back. Hey, look at this guy. This guy's got, he's got like a little Subi or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm driving in sport mode. The car, with the turbocharged engine, once you get it up to speed and you get those turbo spooling, it's not so bad to drive. The downside is in the low range, like when you're like at low speeds and the turbos aren't spooled up. That sucks. See, I'd like to see, and Audi basically does it, but they supercharge their small engines. They've got, supercharged 3 liters and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out why didn't Dodge say, yeah, you know what we'll do? We'll make a supercharged 4 liter. This way you get around that turbocharging shit. But I'm pretty sure the reason why they did that is because a turbocharged 4 is probably going to suck on gas mileage. Because that's the biggest problem with forced induction. If you've got forced induction, usually the gas mileage is going to be worse than if it was naturally aspirated, because they have all types of tricks now to save gas. Like they've got start-stop technology, they got cylinder deactivation. But for the most part, these turbocharged cars, and I've seen numerous studies about these things, for the most part, these turbocharged cars, they don't deliver fuel economy so tremendously better that it's actually worth it, given the sacrifices, especially that you're going to make for maintenance. Because these cars these are more sophisticated engines, and it requires more parts. And when you're talking about more parts, you're always going to do better with fewer parts. And that's the reason why electrification is the way to go. Because with electrification, an electric car can have, half as many parts as a gas car. Because now you don't have a transmission, now you don't have an engine, you just have electric motors. If they have to trade out a motor, they just take the whole motor and they just switch it with a whole motor, and that's it. And then they take the motor back and they do a remanufacturing. So, the industry knows their days are numbered. They're in trouble. They know that jobs are going to be lost. They know that parts suppliers are going to disappear, and they're scared. A lot of these car companies use parts from, a similar parts bin. They're scared, and they've got good reason to be scared too. But me personally, I could care less about any of that shit. I'm going electric. I'm going to have a gas car around, but I'm going electric. It's like when I think about the fact that my Jeep's engine, I paid $2,000 for some damn spark plugs and then had to turn right back around and have the camshaft replaced. That's a lot of parts. An electric car, it would have been like one motor might have died and you just could replace the motor and that's it. This guy's car is for sale. Yeah, so this thing, I'm looking at that gas gauge. Yeah, this thing sucks down gas. And when you step on it, you can damn near feel it sucking down that gas. You can feel it. You can feel it. Whee, let me in. Woo! Woo. Uh-oh, I got a Subi next to me. Fucking Subis. Goddamn Subis. These people. You're talking about assholes. And it's usually a woman driving it too. And they're overly aggressive. See, women, they don't believe in consequences and they don't believe in the laws of physics. That's like why when they get into accidents, their accidents are stupendous. Like their accidents are ridiculous. They don't believe in consequences. They believe that they're perfect little snowflakes, nothing could ever hurt them. But then you get into a nice, good accident and you find out all that shit was lies. Tears their ass up too. And if you don't believe that, look up the name Nikki Katsaurus. Katsours. Nikki Katsaurus. Nikki. Nikki Katsaurus Porsche. Type the word Porsche. And you'll understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about consequences. Oh, we're perfect little angels and our shit don't stink. It's like, yeah, okay. The laws of physics. See, one thing I got to say about the laws of physics, unlike these bullshit courts, and these whack, fake-ass judges and these politically motivated trials and shit. One thing I gotta say about the laws of physics don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. You break the laws of physics, you're dead. It's just that simple. There's no trial, no jury, no judge, nothing. It's like you break the laws of physics and you're dead. There's no, what is it called? What's that called? Appeals court? Nah, we ain't got no appeals court. No appeals court. You break the laws of physics, you try to fuck with the laws of physics, you're dead. No middle ground. No points for second best. Third prize is you're fired. That's it. This guy, come on, man. We're doing 60. Come on, man. You got a fucking bullshit Land Rover. You could be going faster. Come on, what are you kidding me? This guy's doing 60 in the left lane. It's in the left lane. Oh, these old ass people. This guy's old, and he's got his mom in there. Yeah, I'm gonna get in front of you. I mean, Jesus Christ. Old, and he's got his mom in there, dude. Now all of a sudden he's trying to speed up. So I pass him, and now I'm doing 70. He's trying to speed up now. It's like, don't go so fast, Jason. Don't go so fast. My teeth are gonna fall out. Don't go so fast, Jason. One day, when I was a child, I saw on these curves, I saw a bad accident, Jason. Don't drive too fast. You don't want to scare your old mommy, do you? Don't drive too fast, Jason. It's like, Jason, get that fucking car out of the left lane. Get in the middle lane so you can drive Miss Daisy around. Get that car out. You're in the left lane. Uh-oh, we're all slowing down. I gotta make sure Jason realizes it. Why do you have your fucking yellows on? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you stupid? What is this guy doing? Riverhead. You got a long drive, buddy. I'm like, why has this guy got the hazards on? What are you doing? What is wrong with you? Look at how much space this. Oh my God. What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with this guy? I don't know what's wrong with this guy. It's like a teen driver or some shit. It's like some of these people are dumb. It's like I swear to God, if everybody drove like me, there'd be no traffic. If everybody drove just like me, there'd be no traffic and there'd be no accidents. Instead, I got to deal with Land Rovers and Nissans. It's ridiculous. Man, this thing is sucking down gas. I just saw that needle move like a quarter inch in the past like 10 minutes. This thing is sucking down gas, man. So when you look up the Jeep Cherokee for 2020 to 2023, this is a 2023, right? But the car really hasn't changed much since 2014. So it's basically just a newer, it's just a newer model, a newer trim level. And then they reduced the number of engines. But when you look these cars up in general, you will see that it says that these cars have bad gas mileage. Again, I'm really, really shocked about that. But when I'm looking at this needle, I'm seeing it. This guy. Yeah. Gas mileage ain't too spectacular. Okay, Jason, don't drive too fast. Your dear old mama's heart can't take it, Jason. Don't drive too fast, Jason. Jason, kill for mommy. Kill for mommy. Jason? You don't want to scare your dear old mom, do you? Jason, don't drive too fast, Jason. Don't drive too fast, Jason. You're going to scare your dear old mom. Kill them, mommy. Kill for mommy. Don't drive too fast, Jason. Jason, you're driving too fast. Don't drive too fast, Jason. Bad things can happen if you drive too fast, Jason. Bad things can happen. Oh my God, I gotta get away from these people. Man, this is a long ass ride. I wonder if I'll have any gas left by the time I get there. Okay, so here we are. We're pulling up on security right now. And you know, they'll probably be finished with my car soon, but I think when you take apart an engine, I think it takes like a day or two. But I ain't worried about it too much. That's the Wagoneer I drove. Yeah. Oh, another one. Grand Wagoneer. Oh, that chick. Look at this. Look at it. He's driving around like a celebrity. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the biggest. Oh, okay, they're bringing it in for service. No wonder. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go sneak out right up in here. Sneak right up in here. Uh-oh, where you go? Yeah, I'm going that way. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, let me just get right here. Hell you go. Okay, just go in there and give the stupid easy pass back. And we Gucci. So this blue, I don't think they call this B. They don't call this B5 blue. But this blue pretty much looks exactly like this Charger Hellcat that they've got. Now this Charger Hellcat is a 2020. This is obviously a wide body. And has white decals. This car has about 10,000 miles on it. It's a Daytona model. And it has black wheels. Now, I don't know if they powder coated these wheels or I'm thinking they powder coated them. This car has about 10,000 miles on it. He wants about $80,000 for it, but he's negotiable. And it has the moonroof, unlike my Hellcat. My Hellcat didn't have the moonroof. My Hellcat only had the black painted roof. But it's about 10,000 miles on it. They want about $80,000 for it, and it's a Daytona. So, if you're interested, you gotta call Security Dodge. Security Dodge, this is Amityville. And you gotta ask for Jonathan. And you could tell him Big Truck Series sent you. So this is Security Dodge, Amityville. Because it's kind of hard to get Hellcats right now. It's hard to get them new or used. So it's like just in case anybody's looking for one. Got my little cup right here, a little cup. Get something nice and warm in you. Something nice and warm and black in you. Can't go wrong. That's what the ladies say. So this is South Shore Porsche again. See all those damn McLarens they got? They got one right there. They got like Aston Martin. They got two McLarens right there. It's like what's happening is a lot of these people, they bought these cars and they were so overpriced that now the only thing they can do is trade down into something else like a Porsche, a Mercedes, or a BMW. And they're still going to lose money. It's just that they're trying not to lose as much. You know, these are nice cars. Unfortunately, these are like the regular McLarens. Like, I don't see the really, like the 720, and they don't have the new one, the 750. But then again, this isn't a McLaren dealership, so they're not going to have it anyway. But this, man, it's amazing. You look at all of these expensive cars. Like usually there's Uruses. I see a bunch of C8 Corvettes, and that's what happened. A lot of these people bought those cars, and they can't trade them without losing a shitload of money. It's too bad. That's what happened here. Either this car just stopped working, or yeah, it probably stopped working. Some little damn Hyundai or something. Right here's got that plaid Tesla. I don't see him speeding, but he got that plaid Tesla. That thing's got, I don't know if those are fog lights or if those are, I don't know what kind of lights those are. Cause see, those are the brake lights. Oh shit, I got this fucking stupid Lincoln behind me. I don't wanna, yeah, thank you. Yeah, fuck, I don't wanna be behind a Tesla. You never know when one of these things might malfunction and you're fucked. Look at, oh, it's a woman. It's a woman driving that plaid. Oh shit. You gotta slick back my hair. Got a boss babe. This is a boss babe. She's got the Tesla. She's a boss babe. I get behind her. She got the plaid mode Tesla. Oh shit. Boss babes. Something tells me that those foot photos are selling. Haha. Got the foot photos on OnlyFans. Those foot photos are selling like wildfire. Shit, maybe I should go on OnlyFans. I need a Tesla. No, I don't. Nah, I don't want no damn Tesla. Interior on those things is disgusting. But I have to say, they did drop the price of the plaid to like $100,000. I don't know, it probably doesn't come with anything, but It's like just seats and a steering wheel. But yeah, I can't do business with that company. I can short their stock, but that's about it. I can't do business with them. I don't trust them as far as I can kick my house. Hey, lady, stay within the lines. You're supposed to have autopilot on. What are you doing? This lady. Boss babes. She's a boss babe. Yeah. This one's a silver one, but I don't know what trim it is. Oh, yeah, that's not mine. I can tell by the wheels that's not mine. But it's silver. Yeah. Oh, my God, I'm tired of waiting. Must be a tech version. Oh, but they're not charging it right now anyway. This must be a tech model. You got a couple of these things. Oh shit, there's another one. Oh, that might be the no, those look like tech models. You can tell by the wheels that these are the cheap ones. Yeah, that's not it. It's white with a white interior. That's not me. They got a red one back there too. Yeah, see, mine's got 22s and mine's got the full moonroof and everything. This is not me. What's this? This is a Sport One. Ugh. I never imagined that I'd be waiting for anything this long. See what else they got. It's a V-Series something or other. It's a black one here, but that looks, just by the wheels, I could tell that's the cheap one. See those wheels, right? The wheels tell the whole story. It's like, mine's gonna be rolling 22s. It's like, I don't want no cheap little wheels. Oh, here's a white one. There's a green one. Cheap one. They're both cheap. It's a tech, but they had that on the floor. There's a white one right there. This is a 600. It's all-wheel drive, but I could tell the wheels are cheap. That's not it. And they had a red one, but they sold it. Oh, there's another silver one. I could tell by the wheels. Those are cheap. That's not it. All right. So they don't have any Sport 2s. They don't have any Sport 3s either. I've been seeing more and more of these in public. I've been seeing them on the streets more and more. Really striking looking cars. Really nice. Really, really nice. I just wish to fucking hell I could get mine. They took the red one and they put that one inside to make the place look, I guess, more Christmassy. Red with the white interior. That's nice. It's too bad it's a level 1. It doesn't have all the equipment. Hey. How you doing? I'm doing great. Another week goes by. You know, almost Thanksgiving, right? Oh, they're doing fine. Getting ready to make, Thanksgiving plans and everything. I'm bringing dessert. Oh, I will. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of Escalades. Yeah, it definitely does look better than the SRX, and it also looks better than the, what was it called, the XT5. It, definitely more sleeker, even at the expense of losing, some of the height off of the roof. Yep, it's got heated seats, no cooled seats, and no massager. It also doesn't have Super Cruise in it. But the interior is white. That's nice. Look at the white interior. Let's see, is this powered? Yeah, it is. Man, these doors are so far away. Oh, but this one has ambient lighting. This one has the green you can see the green ambient light strips going around there. Tesla put ambient lighting in their Model 3, and I guess they'll do it for the Model Y soon. The new Highland model. So I got green ambient lighting. Without power, I don't know if I can change any of that. But. And then that tells you the range right there is 189 miles. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can change some of it. I don't know. Let me see. What about the voice control? Can I do that? So it's got the heated steering wheel, but it doesn't have obviously no Super Cruise. And I think that's voice activation, but I don't think that's going to work if the car is off. Let's see, what can you do up here? Camera? No, nothing. Yeah, it's pretty much off. Yeah. It's nice interior. I'm not sure if this is white or if this is Sky Cool Gray, because Sky Cool Gray and white kind of look the same to me. I'd have to look at the note on it, the tag, but the window's rolled up, so I probably can't see it. So, yeah, but and this is the power lumbar switch. Yeah, you know, there's other people I know who follow me who've ordered cars from GM, and they're waiting. But the problem is, it's like this market right now is paralyzed. It's like nothing's moving, it almost feels like. It's like nothing's moving at all. Oh, this has the blue inside. From what I remember, the debut editions had this blue interior portion right here. So maybe they made that standard, I don't know. Yeah, and then you go down there. So I guess when I get my USB port key, because I bought a USB port just for this car, USB-C flash drive. So I guess I'd be putting it in here, or I'd put it up there. I don't know. And then they have a USB charger right there. That's nice. It's nice and simple. So you got this power charger for wireless charging, USB-C, USB-C. You got a 12 volt right there. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to get my hands on my car, though. This one does not have the moonroof. It only has the sunroof. And it has a sunshade, so mine has a moonroof where it's actually powered. But, you know, God knows when I'm ever going to see the goddamn thing. Yeah. Hi, here I am. This is the first time I've had to fill the Jeep Cherokee. So as you can see, I'm low on fuel right there. And in fact, what we could do is we could look and we could see the, what is it called? The miles per gallon. So let's see the fuel economy. Oh, in fact, let's move in. Let's move in because I don't want nobody blowing at me. Let's look at the fuel economy right here. So we're at BJ's Gas, which is relatively the cheapest gas you can get. If you go to a regular place, as you can see, what is this? $3.13 regular, $3.95 premium. So we're still basically close to the $4 range. And as you can see, what is this? Let's go down to fuel economy. So fuel economy is I had restarted it from 0. So right now I'm averaging 19.5 miles per gallon. I've only been driving around in sport mode for probably the last 2 days. And sport mode, it works the engine a little bit more, but yeah, that's what it is. It says I have 21 miles range left in this fuel tank right now. 19.5 average. And let me see, is there anything else here? Trip info. So since I've had this car, because what I did was I restarted everything from 0, because I always do that because I like to, study what I'm driving. 126 miles at 19.5 miles per gallon. So that's been this current trip right there. So other than that, what is this? So the start-stop system is on, audio, messages, there's no warnings, there's no problems with the car. The car's fine. Speedometer is 0. Okay, so yeah. So here we are. I'm still paying, what is this, $3.13 for regular unleaded. So it sucks. But other than that, it's like, the car is, doing what it's got to do. This is, I've seen a number of Jeep Compasses in traffic, and this is the Cherokee model. I do think, on second thought, I wish they'd maybe, like what Dodge does, I wish they'd actually put the name of the fucking car, like, in here, because other than, it's like the car, you look around, you don't see the word Cherokee anywhere. Like, you don't see it anywhere. In fact, I don't even think it's on the door sills. Yeah, it's not even on the door sills. You don't see it anywhere. So basically, this car is like, it's like soulless. It doesn't tell you what it is. Right there, this lady got a Renegade, which, to me is just a bigger version of the Compass, in my opinion. But, these are good cars. It's just that I just think they could have done so much more, It's a good car, though. And it's just the little things that count, but I'm pretty sure most people who have one, they're happy with it. I think the only thing some people probably had a problem with was the 9-speed transmission that used to be in this car. And I think they upgraded that and they changed it around a little bit in order to make it, people like it a little bit more, But yeah, that's it is what it is. Got a Durango right next to me. He's got the regular Durango, so he only has to use regular unleaded. Because I have to say, that 3-point, or the Pentastar V6, that's a really good engine. And with 300 horsepower, it's good enough even if you, have a Durango, A Durango or Jeep Grand Cherokee, you can get by on that engine, And you don't have to pay premium fuel costs. So yeah, let's go up here and get this damn guy. Whoa, fuck! Parking brake. Oh yeah, the fucking door closed. I didn't fucking fully close. Wait, to drive release park brake. What? Oh shit, what the fuck? I've never had that happen before. What the fuck, are you kidding me? So what they did was, because of Anton Yelchin, they made it so that if the door is even slightly open, if you try to drive, the parking brake automatically engages, right? That's the first time that happened to me. But that's because, I tried to drive with the door even slightly open, because the sensor senses it right there, and it knows that the door is open, right? Yeah, Acadia. Yeah, all of those have the 3.6 liter V6. All right, so let's get this gas going. Here I thought that the gas tank for this car was on the left side, and I didn't check it before, actually getting gas. So I'm pulled this thing all the way over. So right now it's at, what is this? Oh god damn it. Alright, I gotta stop for a second. So as you can see, it is $45, and that's 14.335 gallons. Okay, so let's get out of the way for the next people. So that is full. Yep, that's full. Let's get out of their way. Okay. Okay, yeah, I thought it was going to cost me about $15. This guy had a Jeep Grand Cherokee. A Cherokee. He had a Cherokee right next to me, but he had a black one. Yeah, so $45 to fill this thing up at $3.13 a gallon. $45. It's a sizable chunk of investment, isn't it? Yeah, as long as you drive this thing in its automatic default mode, and as long as you don't push it too hard, you can get some decent miles per gallon. But the problem is, again, this is a turbo fucking 4-cylinder. If you're getting less than 20 miles per gallon in a turbo 4-cylinder, that kind of should say something. I'd be like, wait a minute, this thing really is bad on gas. Because I was looking on Car and Driver, and they were saying that this car with this engine, they were saying that this thing is more like 24 or 23 or something like that. But if I'm driving mixed driving and I'm only getting less than 20, That's not good. I mean, that's just not good. I think, and I can't prove it, but somebody who's watching this in the comments, somebody might have a Cherokee with the V6. And I really think the V6 probably does better on gas than this car does, but I could be wrong. But, it's possible somebody might say, no, I get way better gas mileage, which you got to remember, I'm in New York City. So when I say mixed driving, you got to remember it's a lot of traffic in the city. And the highway driving that I do, there's a lot of fucking traffic on that shit too. So most of the time, I'm never really in the top gear. And when you're in the top gear, that's when you're typically going to make the best fuel economy if you're in the highest gear. But I don't ever really see that because I'm never usually going that fast, unless the car settles into that gear. But this is what it is. Let's see what kind of assholes we got in traffic today. This lady right here. It's like these people don't know how to merge quickly. It's like they like to wait till the very end of the lane to merge, and that's why they end up getting in these accidents. Yeah, so I'm just gonna drive it in auto, not sport, and just coast. In fact, I could turn on my adaptive cruise control. But I will say this, this engine, because it's a turbocharged engine and forced induction, this engine actually likes to be revved up and driven fast. And that's part of the problem, because the faster you drive a turbocharged engine, the more fuel, the more air it's going to use in order to produce that level of boost. So, this car likes being driven at highway speeds, but it's costing you, 1 or 2 miles per gallon to do so, Get this asshole with this stupid minivan. This guy doesn't know if he wants to be in the left lane or right lane. And these people are stupid about merging. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Look at this guy. Did he use a signal? Because I don't think he did. He cut to the left of me just to cut to the right. It's like these people are dumb. But I tell you what, when somebody wrecks that piece of shit Acura and you're in traction in the hospital, that's when you'll understand. This guy. Oh, say no more. Chick in an Alfa Romeo fucking tailgating me. I don't know what this lady's problem is. She must want me to slam on my brakes. This guy's got an S580E. Oh, it's a chick. It's a woman driving. Holy shit. Yeah, let me get away from this. This bitch is tailgating me. I don't know why. What is it with all these aggressive female drivers? It's like, don't y'all understand the laws of physics? Because I swear to God, you get into an accident, they're going to be peeling your ass off these trees. What's wrong with all these aggressive drivers? My God. Why can't you be like that lady back there with the S-Class? She got a plug-in S-Class. She's driving nice and comfy. I don't know What's wrong with these people? It's just the CT4, huh? So this is a matte finish on a CT4. And then they got a white one. Yeah, all right. So, long story short, basically there's no answer as to why the level 2 and level 3 lyrics are all being held up. There's no answer at all. So, from what I've heard, just in case you're interested in buying a lyric, or just in case you had already put down an offer, because I know I got some people view my channel who've ordered these cars and they're still waiting. From the appearance to me is that there's something wrong with the Super Cruise, they're saying. And I don't know if it's something wrong or if there's a problem that they're just trying to work out with software, but even if they were trying to work it out with software, it wouldn't take this long. Furthermore, if it was a software issue, software issues are usually solvable using over-the-air updates. So I don't buy that, because the thing about it is the debut edition was released without Super Cruise enabled, even though it had it built in. And the debut editions were upgraded later so that the Super Cruise would work. So I'm thinking there's something wrong. Now, what's weird is these Escalade Vs come with Super Cruise for the most part. Most of these Escalade Vs have it installed. So here's my question. If it was Super Cruise, why is it, you see, even this one, this Escalade V has Super Cruise right there. You can see it on the thing, on the, you can see it right there. This Escalade V actually has Super Cruise. So my question is, if it is the Super Cruise feature, then why is it that the other cars freaking have it, but some of the cars don't? And if that was the case, then why isn't there an over-the-air update in order to update the car so that you could use it when it's finally active? I don't care about Super Cruise immediately. I just want the fucking car. So why am I still waiting? Doesn't make any goddamn sense. So here you have all of these lyrics just sitting there. Bunch of lyrics just sitting there. You got silver, you got blue, you got red. What's this? This is a CT5, I believe. You have these things, and these things are just sitting there on the lot. They're just sitting. And the reason why is because these are all level 1s. Nobody wants the level 1 because the level 1s don't have the Super Cruise. They don't have the cooled seats. They don't have the massage seats. And the newer models had the moonroof. However, I think most people could do without the moonroof. If it meant getting the car with everything else, I think they could do without it. But the reality is, they... See, and Cadillac, GM, this is how they fuck themselves. This is how they make their customers angry. This is how they do it. The debut edition had all of the stuff in it. Everything. It had everything except the powered moonroof option, right? So what they did was they quietly canceled the debut editions, and then what they did was they forced you to buy trim levels to get these features that you, for the most part, you want all the features. If you're gonna buy a car that's $70,000 or $80,000, you want everything in that car. You don't want fucking like one feature and that's it. No, you want all of the shit in that car. Every fucking thing that could be in that car, you want in that car. But what they did was they canceled the goddamn debut edition. Instead of just keeping production of the debut edition, they canceled that shit. And then they made it so you have to buy fucking trim levels. What they did slyly is they pushed the price $7,000 up. So now, all they've got on their lots is XT6s and XT5s. Now, for the most part, I've noticed these rideshare companies like Uber and stuff, Uber Black, they're buying XT6s. So the XT6 is selling pretty well. I'm seeing those cars everywhere. What you're not seeing until recently is lyrics. And they have a lot, they have some black lyrics just like I just saw. And the black lyrics are, those are selling because Uber allows you now to use lyrics. So it's like it's really, really, really frustrating. Look at that. There's, what is that? Oh, that's the XT. Somebody had to have the XT5 towed in. Yeah, it's really, 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 really super frustrating. Oh, this is a Z06. Holy shit. I knew there was something. Honestly, I didn't know there was something special about it. I just knew it was a C8. I didn't know this was a Z06. This guy, this is a guy who the guy who was in that, what is it called? That CT4 Blackwing, who was inside the store. He just drove in with this. And I saw him drive in as I was getting out. And he came in there looking for CT4 Blackwing with a manual. Yeah, so this is Z06, huh? It's amazing what you see when you're just walking around, you know? I make a pilgrimage basically to the dealership every single week asking them, where's my car? I've received so many fucking excuses and so many false updates. I swear to God, what was it, 7 weeks ago? About 7 weeks ago. They told me, oh yeah, well your car, oh yeah, well I'm glad to inform you, your car is being put on a train and it's gonna be here probably within about 3 weeks, but it has to go to the New Jersey Center first. So that was 7 weeks ago. I was told I was gonna get it within like 3 weeks, right? So that was 7 weeks ago. Now here we are, it's Thanksgiving week, and they were telling me 2 weeks ago, oh yeah, you should have it probably by Thanksgiving. So it's like, the way it looks, it's like I ain't gonna see this goddamn thing till Christmas. Like, this shit is ridiculous. It's absolutely freaking ridiculous. Like, I'm disgusted. And then when you really think about the options aren't that great. It's like Mercedes, I'm not a fan of the EQS anymore. I thought it was nice when it, until I actually drove it. And I was like, wait a minute, this thing's not as big as a Mercedes S-Class. And then the insurance on it is fucking sky high. And I was like, this is not what I want. So the EQS SUV, I don't like that either. Because all those cars look like fucking eggs. And what else? It's like the BMW iX is probably the only other thing that I'd look at this point, the BMW iX. Because the BMW iX is the only thing that even comes close to being like a regular crossover SUV. The only problem is the BMW iX has that ugly front, and it's like, it's not a good looking car. It's really not a good looking car. See, that guy's got a CT, I think that's a CT6 right there. Supposedly the CT6 that has been released in China, supposedly they're going to release the CT6 updated interior. They're going to release that here next year or something. So me personally, I would actually like a CT6, but I want it electric. I don't want another gas car right now. It's like I already got a gas car. My Jeep SRT's paid off. It's like I don't want another gas car. But they're pissing me off so much. If they really wanted to keep the prestige of the Lyriq up there, like where it's a prestigious car for Cadillac, right? What they really should have done was made every single one of these cars loaded and just forced you to pay the full price. But what they did was they went cheap. They're trying to sell the cheap ones just to get it out there. And the cheap ones have like no equipment. This shit is stupid. It's really stupid. Some kind of accident. Oh no, this old guy. Look at these old guys. Oh no, this young guy hit the old guy. And there's an accident right there. That's terrible. Oh. Look at this guy. Jeep Cherokee. Yeah, I'm really, really, really disappointed, but all I can do now is have patience because there really are no other options. And, they've got my deposit, so it's like there's nothing you can really do about it. So here we go. There's another week. Another week of me without my car. Another week. Going into another month because something tells me I ain't going to see that shit until closer to Christmas. And that's if I'm lucky. It's just very disappointing.
To be continued.